Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here back with another Elite Dangerous video, and today I have some bad news. We don't often get updates regarding upcoming content from Frontier, but when we do, it's normally little hints of what's to come. Unfortunately today, we got told what's not coming. In a bid to be transparent, we've received the following post to the Frontier forum from Head of Communications, Zach Antonacci. Greetings Commanders. First of all, we would like to take a moment to thank you for all the continued support and making Elite Dangerous the incredible community-driven phenomenon that it is today. We started our Elite Dangerous journey over 6 years ago, and today hundreds of thousands of commanders log in regularly to continue their epic space journey. For my personal narrative, joining the team shortly after the Kickstarter and being part of this incredible community has truly been one of the most amazing highlights of my career. From in-person community meetups, online community groups and jaw-dropping events, you have inspired us with your passion and enthusiasm. We wanted to take a moment to talk about a number of topics being discussed in the community, and to be as open and transparent as possible. It's a long read, so make sure you're safely docked and comfortable before attempting to navigate this post. The things we'd like to go through include Chapter 4 content and little about the future beyond, as well as touching on the subject of paid premium content in the 2018 for Lifetime Expansion Pass owners. Let's get started with Chapter 4 content. As all of you know, our largest update for the year is in final development and will be available for players to get their hands on in just a number of weeks, sometime in Q4. This will be the final update of 2018 and the Beyond season. The Beyond season was always something that we wanted to do in order to bring more enhancements to the core experience of Elite Dangerous, and being able to dedicate a full development team, over 100 people, for a full year of free content was specifically to gear ourselves up to support our long-term vision for the game. On a personal note, Squadrons is something I'm most excited by. Seeing our player groups grow and the stories they've created has been incredible, and now being able to see them take that to the next level, formalise their groups in game, tag up and team up is something we're really looking forward to. There's also a huge group of players who are most excited by the many new additions to Exploration. I know from talking to many of you online and in person, this is a huge moment and the development team are working really hard to deliver new content and mechanics to give explorers that thrill of venturing out into the black. And then there's the even more additions with significant mining enhancements, a full game visual upgrade and the codex, which will bring more richness to the game experience and depth of the way people play. It's certainly an update we're all very excited to see the community explore. We do have one exciting piece of news to share that to date we have not shared with our community. A while ago, our development went from pre-production into full production on our next major milestone of Elite development. What that means in the simplest terms is that the team are actively working on the next major landmark, which takes us into our next era for Elite. We aren't going to be ready to talk about or announce any details for quite a while yet. It is early development and there's still a long way to go, but I can say that this is something that will be scheduled to release a considerable time after the final update in the Beyond series. We will have more details on exactly what this means and how the era will roll out after the release of Beyond Chapter 4. But this does mark some exciting next steps and a continued commitment to the long-term vision for the game and our community. Naturally, there will be community questions that might come up from this information. We aren't going to be ready to talk about what method or model the content will be. What we can say is that it's expected to be a major milestone in the history of Elite and will be paid content. Lifetime Expansion owners will obviously receive this content as part of their pass. As part of pre-production, the team investigate all areas of the content and scope them out thoroughly. It's important to take the time to be clear on what the vision for this is and how we imagine the content working. During this process, we have made a decision to adjust the focus of the content for what we had previously planned for Chapter 4 update, adding some significant new gameplay. But it also means that other aspects will have to change. This means that some elements of the content, such as ice planets, which many of you have seen some fantastic progress updates from LaveCon earlier this year, and fleet carriers for Squadrons will not be coming as part of the Beyond Chapter 4 update. Some of the technology from the ice planet specifically will be used within our wider and global visual upgrade, so there will be general improvements, but not everything we originally envisaged. However, we wanted you to be aware of these two elements specifically would be reprioritised out of the upcoming Beyond Chapter 4 update. What this does mean is that the rest of the content will be able to benefit for the changes in scheduling through deeper and richer gameplay mechanics. The Chapter 4 update still has the same, if not bigger scope, and continues to promise the largest update of the Beyond season and a truckload of great features for all Horizons commanders for free. We're very excited to be sharing the details with you over the coming weeks, so stay tuned for more information. Another area we've had questions is on the premium content coming in 2018. As many of you know, we previously mentioned that premium, paid for, content would also be coming within the Beyond season of updates, and that the Lifetime Pass expansion holders would be getting this for free. However, as we went through the early stages of the next era of Elite Dangerous would be, we decided that it would be better to spend the additional time on the future content rather than bringing in new types of purchasable content this year. This is a big positive for the long-term future of the game and its content. However, we also understand there are people with the lifetime expansion passes who haven't received paid content in this season, because Beyond has been free to all owners of Horizons. We truly appreciate the support and commitment that those owners put in us when they purchased the LEP, and we will be making sure that there is some form of free store content coming out to them by the end of this year. The most important thing we would like our community to take away from this is that there are some incredibly exciting things just over the horizon. The Elite Dangerous development team is larger than it ever has been at any point in the last 6 years. It is thanks to your continued support, dedication, feedback and engagement that has made this possible. We have the Beyond Chapter 4 update coming soon, our largest update in the Beyond season, with some awesome headline features and a fantastically promising future of content and ongoing development. We're looking forward to sharing more details with you in the future. However, if you have any questions, feel free to share them with us by posting in this thread, and we'll try to answer as many of them as we can. Thanks. Now, let's pick a few bits in here that I know you guys want me to talk about. Squadrons. These are happening in Quarter 4, but we're not getting carriers. These were promised almost a year ago at the Frontier Expo in October 2017. These were met with a really warm reception and have widely been anticipated since. With my growing player faction, we were all looking forward to the implementation of these and the idea of moving it to a recently acquired system and having a forward operational base to spread our influence from. But no. It sounds as though we're just getting a method to identify friend or foe with a tag. There is also no hint of when these will be implemented. If you're already in a faction and the faction was added to the game before August 2018, your community leader will have been given the opportunity to reserve your name and tags. This will need to be a robust and fully controllable by the squadron leader in-game. This would be a minor feature to implement, and there are more than enough MMOs out there with social aspects and systems that work very simply as another UI level. The Squadrons were going to be a unique addition to Elite Dangerous. We will be getting them, just not this year. We're also going to be losing our nice plans from Chapter 4 too, which I'm not too happy to hear about. On to paid content. Nothing to announce. There'll be no new paid content in 2018, and the way it reads to me is that rather than trying to come up with something now, they'll be doing it later. Of course, the longer we go with no paid content, which I'm totally not adverse to by the way, Horizons has been great value in terms of time spent in game, and for the decent chunk of gameplay and advancement, there are plenty of people out there who will pay again for another expansion, as long as it offers quality content, not just grind. The mention of something going on the store for the lifetime expansion owners is a concern though, because just a paint job or a ship kit doesn't go very far when it comes to restoring goodwill. So, on to what will actually be in Chapter 4. Visual updates, mining, and exploration. Visual updates are always good, and the mining updates teased at LaveCon this year will add some much needed depth to what is a rather flat gameplay element. The exploration updates show promise of some skill-based gameplay which is sorely needed to enhance exploration. Of course, we are also going to be getting Squadrons, but what form that's going to take is pretty much going to remain to be seen. So going forward, it appears the focus is for some deeper gameplay mechanics with a more enjoyable experience for all players at its core. This is a positive, but I can't pretend I'm not disappointed to hear about squadron carriers, but I'd rather have a polished experience than a poor one, especially when I'm looking forward to the feature. Unfortunately, news like this was never going to be well received by everyone, and it's a difficult message to put across to a passionate community. So Commanders, It's that time where I ask you for your opinions in the comments section. Also, make sure you do get your feedback on the forum, and remember guys, don't start fights. And thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you like, subscribe and turn on notifications, that way you get an alert every time I put a new video out. Also, whilst you're there, if you are looking to support the channel, please check out the links in the video description, as there are a couple of different ways to do so. But once again, thank you for watching. Commander Placer, out.